Hi there, I'm Roamy. I've just received, well, yesterday I received the new Artipoppe Toddler, so I didn't get a chance to unwrap it because it was so busy in the shop, but I've got it here, so I thought I would unwrap it on video and try it out with my largest demo doll. So I'm probably going to end up speeding up this bit because it's going to be a little bit boring, but I'm just going to open up the box in true YouTuber style. Right, let's open it up and see what it's like. So Artipoppe have been doing toddler carriers for a while now, but they've always been on quite limited release. So this one was a pre-order a few months ago. Okay, here we go, the new carrier. Get it out of the box. Yeah, this one was on pre-order a couple of months ago. So I've ordered it in denim. So let's see if I can do this while we're looking. So here we go, we have one toddler carrier. So obviously I've already got the baby carrier in my Sling library that people can try out, but this is the larger one. Now toddler carriers really vary on when they fit. A lot of them don't fit till in sort of 2.5 years, but looking at the size of this one, I say this one probably fits from about 12 months. Now there's normally quite a crossover when both the standard size or baby size and the toddler one will fit. So it's not like there's a complete cut-off point. You'll generally have that one will last, the baby one will last sort of this length of time, toddler one will start here and last longer. So yeah, but obviously when you're getting a carrier, you want to get one that will last a nice long length of time. So if you're buying one for a 1-year-old, I'd say probably something like this is likely to be the best bet. Anyway, we're going to give it a try with my demo doll. Now, because obviously it's the toddler size carrier, it doesn't have options like facing outwards and it doesn't have an adjustable width. So it's a lot simpler to look at than the other one. I have to say it's super soft. I wasn't expecting it to be this soft because often denim can be quite crispy, particularly when it's new, but this is really, really nice and soft. So all I've done so far is I've just unrolled the webbing on the waistband and I'm just having a look at the shoulder straps, which all look great. So I'm going to put this around. Now, anybody who's already carrying their child is likely to know that as they get bigger, you put the waistband lower. So when they're little, you wear it nice and high. As they get bigger, you move it down lower, sort of onto your hips. It obviously depends on how tall you are and how tall your baby is. But yeah, I've got quite a short torso, so I wear quite low. So I just clip that through, put the, sorry, I've got the short throat. Funny throat, there we go. Clipped it through and put the elastic back round as a safety thing and tightened it in front, and then I'm going to swivel it round. If you tighten it up a bit above where you want it to sit and then slide it down, that makes sure it's really nice and snug, and you want it to sit level front to back. So when you tighten it up, you want to make sure you're pushing it down so this and this are level on your body. If they're tipping forward, it'll pull on your lower back. So make sure that's nice and snug and this is sitting evenly left to right on you. Now I've got my oldest, or rather largest, demo doll, which is about a 1-year-old size. I think that's likely to fit this quite nicely. And so here's my very scary demo doll. So you want to give them a cuddle with their legs wrapping around. Just like with a standard size carrier, always make sure their bottom is slightly over the panel and never above it. If you put their bottom above it, it'll end up pushing this away. If you put their bottom slightly over the panel, it'll pin it against you and also give a really nice scoop for them to sit in. Ideally, you want their head to be resting on your upper chest and then make sure their legs are nicely wrapping around. So support them with one hand, slide the other underneath and stroke this up over their bottom and back so you're holding them across their shoulders. Now one strap goes over one shoulder and the other one goes over the other. Now if you look here, this is coming up quite high on my doll. You want it to come no higher than the earlobe. So if that's the case, what I need to do is I'm going to need to sit my doll a little bit lower in the carrier. So what I'm going to do is just hold them a little bit lower down like that, or the other option is you can move the waistband a bit higher. So you can either have the waistband higher or hold a little one lower. Just tightening that up now. So you get more of that panel between you and them. So I'm now going to try again. And once the child has full head control, the top edge of the carrier can be anywhere between the nape of their neck and their armpit. But you don't ever want it higher than their earlobe, never any lower than their armpits. So I brought this up now because I've tucked more between us. This is nicely coming to the nape of their neck. So I'm going to put one strap over one shoulder and the other one over the other. And it's just like a little bit wide for their legs at the minute. So I'd say that possibly this doll is a tiny bit small for it. You want it to fit from one knee to the other so the lower leg hangs straight down with the bottom below the knees ideally. And that's going a little bit wide. So I'd probably say it needs to be a little bit bigger than this doll. So I've got each one over each shoulder. Then I'm going to reach around behind and grab the one on the opposite side and put it straight to the ground to hold baby really snug. Then bring it round and clip it in. because it's the first time I've used it, it's very, very loose. So there's going to be a lot of tightening needed. So I'm going to clip that in and pull that straight back. And as I'm tightening it, I'm going to pull it down from behind so the slack comes forward and then pull that back. So I'm tightening the strap, not their stomach. Once I've tightened it, I'm just going to put that little elastic bit back round over the buckle. Do exactly the same with the other side now. So I'm going to bring it straight down behind, and you'll see what happens when I put it straight down. If I can reach it. Where's it gone? It's got tucked under. So you're going to put it straight down behind. Just got mine tucked underneath. I'm just going to untuck it from there. Right, that's better. Get that all out. There we go. Right, so you're going to bring that straight down behind to hold baby really snug. And what it does here, can you see it shifts that strap? So this goes really taut over my shoulder. This means that when I bring it round, it stays put on my shoulder, so it doesn't go towards my neck. And it also means all the slack is then around by the buckle. So if you don't bring the slack round, what will happen is when you tighten it, it'll tighten their stomach, but it will still stay quite loose around by their head. And you don't want that, obviously, because that's going to pull in your shoulders. So I've brought the slack round and tighten it, but if I need to tighten it anymore, just bring this down from behind, which will tighten there, and pull it round and then tighten straight back. So you're basically bringing the slack from here around and to the buckles. Right, so first things first, check firstly, they've got nice clear airways. You want this no higher than their earlobe, no lower than their armpits. Make sure they're held nice and secure, so it's not pulling on your shoulders, and also so they can't come out. And then check it sitting nicely from one knee to the other. Now, as I said earlier, it is a little bit big for this doll. So this doll is like an average 1-year-old size. I said probably going to fit better from about maybe when they're in 18-month-old clothes. Obviously, all babies are different sizes, so kind of go by clothing size, but when they're in sort of 18 months-ish size, or if they have got very long legs, maybe my doll's got short legs, but you ideally want it to fit from one knee to the other so the lower leg hangs straight down and can swing freely, ideally with bottom lower than knees. Make sure it's no higher than earlobe, no lower than armpits. Now, if you're not sure if it's tight enough, if you feel you need to lift your child to like cuddle them snug, then it needs tightening. So a good way to tighten it is just lift this up and over your shoulder, so you're bringing your slack round, and bring this one around from behind and tighten straight back. Then do the same with this. So you lift it up so all the slack comes around, bring this around to the buckle and tighten it back. Now, with a little baby, tightness is all about making sure they've got clear airways. With an older child, this sort of size, generally they can sit up unaided and have full head control. So it's not about maintaining airways, it's about making sure it's comfy on you, because if it's a little bit loose, then it will pull on your shoulders over time. So it's really important they're nice and snug. And obviously if it was very loose, then there's a risk they could come out, but it's mostly about making sure that they're nice and snug and comfy against you. So that's how it looks on the back. And by pulling those straps straight down, that's also meant that cross has gone quite nice and low on my back. If I pull them straight across from here, you'll end up with the cross right by your neck, which again is going to be a bit more pulley as you wear it, because they're a lot heavier than a baby. So it's important you kind of pull them straight down across and then bring the slack round. So that is the Artipoppe Toddler. I hope that's helpful to you all. This is available to hire from Bambino Baby, just like the standard sizes. So if you do want to hire it, obviously pop me a message and we can sort out some details. Have a lovely Christmas. Bye.